Well, greetings again. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt with the American Orthodontic Society, and I'm going to get into a case here that's really involved, and it has several things that are wrong, and it takes a long time to finish this case out. And it happened to be a person that we knew family very personally, and we visited them and knew them for several years here. So let's get started on this. This young lady started in, and we her profile and everything, just the facial structure, and it looks good, and it looks here good here, but there's a lot of things wrong. This is age 11. And this was 1971 right here when we started this particular case. It was 1971. And this goes on for several years before we can finish. And you'll see why you get into more and more involved things in this than you can think about. Now here it is in she's aged 33 years in 93. Let me go back here, there was 71. And so from 71 to 2000 is 29 years. And here it's not quite that long, but 71 to 91 is 20. So it's about 22 years. We'll show you her picture and everything after that long time. Now, starting out in 1971, you can just see problems coming up here. This is a cuspid coming in right here. It has a follicle around it, and the deciduous cuspid, or lateral is in here, and it's gone. And this is a deciduous lateral, and this cuspid is coming in, it's running into the central there. Over on this side, we've got another cuspid coming way up here, and this is age 11 when you get in here. And we haven't even started to get the 12-year molars haven't hardly got going yet, and so things are going to be tough in this particular case. And then if you look down on the lower arch, we've got a tooth right here that looks like it touches the central tooth, and I think the root of the other tooth comes in and almost touches it on that side. So we've got a real Jim Dandy impaction there, and impaction here, and up in this area right here, and we're missing the permanent laterals in the case. So if you get hooked up like this, you're going to have to learn to do a lot of orthodontics to get out of a case like this. So we look at it here, and we're going to we're going to have to bring these cuspids in and shape them up like laterals. And we've got this one that we'll have to pull over 2 of these teeth and bring it in here. And we're going to have to sacrifice this first bicuspid on the bottom to balance it out, where we'll be sacrificing the permanent laterals up above. So this gets more involved, and this took me a long time to do it. And we started this, she was age 11 here at this point in 1971. Now let's look at the next picture. This is the lateral, the cuspid in here. It fits up in here and comes over and touches the the lateral on the far side of the lower. And we learned how to take about a 014 soft stainless steel wire and twist it up, and we made a little circle in here, and we uncover this tooth and bond it onto there, and now we'll pull on that to bring this tooth. We've got to pull it over 2 teeth here. Now this is no easy task to do, and so you don't want to hold these teeth rigid. You let them move back, and the cuspid is going to go in front of the roots of these teeth right here to keep from absorbing them. That's the secret you get. Just let those teeth drift, and you pull the cuspid over them. And we did that, and this was when I was first started, and so we didn't have the spring system that we worked out later on. So we used elastic thread. I mean, it was thread and just have a long elastic in there, and you could change that every few week or two. And now this is up to 72 right here, and she's age 12, and we at least got this tooth across one of these, and we're pulling it back in that direction. Let me go back now and look at that where it was, and now see where the tooth moved up here. So it's a lot better off there when it's coming in that space. So we wanted to make sure that we had the cuspid coming in, and we would be able to make it in before you sacrifice this bicuspid. You could use the bicuspid, but you wanted the cuspid up in there. And so up this cuspid was coming down in here, the follicle is growing, and we have no lateral, and we're going to have to get it down in this hole. And so this is 1972. This case just drug out for a long time. 1973, she's 13 years old, and we got this tooth in now. Let me go back and show that. That tooth was down like that, and we pulled it up here, and then we continued to pull back like that, and we got it in this place coming in, and we took this bicuspid out. So we take this tooth out, we're going to get that in that spot. And so we made it in with the cuspid. We got this one in place. Now we've got our 2 upper cuspids to get down, and they've formed follicular cysts, these big follicles around them, and we're going to get them down. So now we know we can move them in. We're going to take these baby teeth out here and bring these back in. And we've got the 6-year molars, the 12-year molars are in here, and she's 12 and 4 months at this age, right here at this time. Now, I'm running out of voice coming in here, so you'll have to listen carefully, or I'll try to speak more distinctly. And we've got to get 2 cuspids in there now, and that becomes a real problem. The one on the right wasn't difficult to bring in, so we've gone in and we've bracketed or banded these teeth right here, and we've got this one coming in all right, and that one's still giving us trouble up there. So we'll have to go in and hook onto it. And so what we did, this is age 16 right here now, and this is 76, and we've got that tooth in. Let me see if I can get any idea. We probably have to go after that and put something on it to pull it down into place. Now we come in and line everything up, and this is 1993. Now I take it, we finished her a long time before this, but she's 33 years old now. But all those teeth are in place, and this is what you can run into. I didn't take that long to do it, but I think we worked on her probably 8 or 9 years before we could finish that, the teeth coming in and slow like that. So here the case is at 1993, and there we were. I'm gonna run over and let's go through it. It said the bite was deep to start with. And we'll run through these models real quick. We started out, and here's where we pull that one tooth in. We had that elastic thread coming down, and we pull that tooth across these teeth and up in the position there. Now I put it in, continued with that with a piece of wildcat wire. And now we sliced these teeth in half and kept the upper teeth from dropping down. Pull this tooth into these spots right here. Now we've got it going into there. Now here's another little thing that happens with bands. She bit down and bent that band down. As we bent the band down, it bent this wire down, and now the wire picks this up and it raises this tooth up, and you have to go back in now and take this band off and put one in with a bracket, and now you've got to run the wire like that and bring this tooth back down into position. So they had other problems come up with the tooth like that, but that's something we haven't shown you. And they used to bite on a bracket and bend it down like that, and it would bend the wire, and then the wire would pick the tooth up. And so it was like that. And so you had to come in and change that and then bring it down in place. And here we're still waiting on these cuspids to come into that place. And so they came in, and the bottom ones came in. Now this is the cuspid that was way down here, and we brought it back into this place. You ran it over these two teeth. The crown of this tooth touched the lateral on the other side. And so we got hold of this way back when I hadn't been specializing in orthodontics too long when we did that. Now we hold that space open up above with a wire, and I'll say this, the young lady brushed her teeth and kept them clean, and we had her in braces for a long time, but she had a big problem there coming down. So there we went after this. One cuspid was right behind the central. You make a hole like that, and you come in with electrosurge, and you cauterize and cut this and get the blood out, and then you come in and etch. You build your little hook first, and we built a wire hook that went around that. Now we just tie a bracket or a lingual button or something and onto the wire and twist it, come out here, and we were pulling that from here to bring that tooth in. So now we're pulling down and catching it here. Now this type of pull in this push pushes this arch forward slightly, so it'll correct this midline. It's going to bring these teeth forward as it pulls this tooth down up here. And over this side we're opening this, and the cuspid is coming through there. That one kind of minded a little better. This is 75. So if you're really interested in learning orthodontics, you can take this case, even though it was done way back, probably before many of you were born. But the same thing works now, except you'd be using brackets, and you could use the way we bring impacted teeth in. We could do it a little less time, but it takes a long time just waiting on teeth to get into the mouth. So we've got the bottom teeth lined up like that, and the top, well, that's the bottom, 1975. Now we get that tooth coming in, and we hook this rubber band, and the patient has to hook this deal up and come and pulling it in that fashion. So now we've got it in here, and we'll have to turn it around. You get it, and now you try to turn it as you bring it into the arch. Now once you get them in there, now we're going to have to shape these cuspids into laterals. We've got the lower lined up pretty good, everything's looking good. We get these two cuspids down in place. You got to put them in place, and now we came up with an idea of hooking a wire on here, and we didn't have the deal where we would come around the teeth like we do today and turn that tooth around. But we pulled it over here and up against the wire and straightened that tooth up. Got this one straight here. And that's 75. Now we got to one of them, 76. I think it's finished coming in. And the other one it's apparently turned around, and we got the band on the tooth. So here are these two cuspids. Now we shape these cuspids up, and you do 5 ways. Round this down from the top, and we made a band then to fit this cuspid, and it's going to serve as a lateral. And now we're pulling that together, and here's the young lady after we finished up. I think it's pretty close. And these are cuspids we filled in as laterals. This is 1976. And it took a long time to do that, to bring her in, but she brushed her teeth good and took care of them. And you can come in and kind of round those cuspid centrals off and make them look a little younger. And this is 93 now. See, so this was 76. So you got 86 and 93. So it's about 15 more years there that this is going. And these are cuspids made into laterals. And I can shape these and make them look a little better, which we may have done. Now this tooth is, this tissue's further up. You can take electrosurge, trim a little of that off and make them look about the same. And this is 1976. And there it is. Let's see, that's 76. And here it is in 93. 76, that's about 16 years, something like that. And this is about the same. I should have gone in and trimmed this tooth a little, and I could make that look better that way. Just a little cosmetic grinding of the teeth. But this is a long, drawn-out case, and it takes years to do, and there's no way to squeeze it into a short period of time. So thank you for watching, and you're going to get into cases like this, and you need to learn how to do it. So this is 76, and there's 93. That's 76, 93. Excuse me. And 76 on the bottom, and 93. So she's holding good, and I hope that you have success